Welcome to Dot Life and happy Thanksgiving. We are not going to have a news segment this week because we are all going to be having Thanksgiving dinner with our families. So we're taking the week off from news, but we do have a great conversation for you today. You can tell we're not in our normal studio. We are actually very lucky to be in the St. Brennan Church on Gallivan Boulevard / Rita Road over in Ashmont neighborhood?
Cedar Grove
neighborhood of Dorchester. And that voice, I am joined by John Parsons, who is a member of the Friends of St. Brennan. Hi, John.
Hi.
And you are the brother of friend of the pod, Richie Parsons.
That's right.
Who has played a Tiny Dot concert for us. So older or younger than Richie?
I am older than Richie.
Older, okay.
Yeah. I'm the middle child.
The middle child. Yeah. Do you have classic middle child personality traits?
100%. Yeah.
You're very self-aware.
Yeah. Play the room.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for inviting us here. I've always wondered what it looks like inside because it's such a prominent building on Gallivan Boulevard.
It is.
It's hard to miss.
Yeah.
How long has this church been here?
Since 1933 they started building, but the parish was put together in 1929.
Okay.
It was in a garage site up the boulevard where they met.
Okay.
Until they were able to build down here.
And how long did it take to build? Do you know?
Well, it was pretty quick. It was less than 2 years.
Oh, wow.
It was up, yeah.
Nice. And there is a church attached, a school attached to the church.
The school's up the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you were saying earlier, this is the last parish-associated school in
Yeah, it's the only
Dorchester.
independent parish school in Dorchester.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about the parishes in a bit, but before we get into that, can you tell us about you? You used to live on Westmoreland as a kid, but now you're not in Dorchester anymore.
No. Yeah. I grew up on Westmoreland Street, and my family was there for 100 years in that house. And before that, they were in other parts of what we would now call the parish.
Okay.
Early on. So an old Dorchester family. Actually, 1635 with some of them. So.
Oh my gosh.
We've been here for a while.
Very old Dorchester family.
Yeah. But now we're a Catholic Dorchester family.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
at some point along the line.
And you grew up going to this church?
I did, and I
Okay.
went to St. Brennan School for my first 5 years.
Okay.
And my brothers, we were altar boys here. My father was one of the first lectors that they had, and he taught CCD here for 25 years or more, and I taught CCD here for 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was telling you before we started recording that being from outside of Buffalo, Catholic church is a little less prominent in that area. It's more Protestant church, so I'm not actually familiar with what CCD means.
I think it was the Confraternity of Christian Doctrine.
Is that
It's
like
Sunday
confirmation
school.
classes? Oh, Sunday school.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Translate to Protestant for me.
Yeah.
And you said that you are you're a painter?
Yeah, a decorative painter by trade. Yeah.
And you've done some of the painting in the church.
I have, which
great.
was a joy to me because I think it's where my first inspiration came from.
Sitting in the pews.
Sitting here, the steering wheel, you could only look forward, you couldn't look back, you had to look forward, and the only thing I could stare at was the beautiful wall behind the altar, which is now a solid color, but it was pretty ornate then.
Yeah. So you painted some of the walls. You've also, you still attend the church.
I do, yeah.
And what is the role of the Friends of St. Brennan?
Well, the Friends of St. Brennan is a nonprofit. It had initially a fundraising objective.
Okay.
It formed shortly after a proposal to stay open was accepted. And part of that proposal was to augment the offertory.
Okay.
So we will be responsible up to $100,000 a year for 3 years.
And that's contingent, the church stayed open with that contingency?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this was, 3 years ago?
2023.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first fiscal year was, we met that goal. And certainly to their surprise.
I think a lot of people were surprised
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it seemed pretty dire when it first was announced that this was probably going to close.
Yes, it was. And it was entirely, I think, premature and without thought of how involved people were. And I don't think what was weighed in was the impact of COVID on the congregation and how it takes work to get it back.
Yeah. So Let's actually talk about that period. Then I want to back up a little bit to before the closure started. But what were the threats? It was mostly just attendance-based? Attendance was going down at the time? Is that why they were thinking of closing this location?
Well, I think partly, too, was that they had neglected or deferred maintenance for so long that between the two churches now, because we were merged
With St. Anne's.
with St. Anne,
Yep.
that this was going to require some
Significant,
money.
yeah.
And it appeared to be the one that would, on paper, would look like it should go.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the community just kind of said no.
Yeah, right. People that they had no idea were willing to step forward.
Yeah.
But part of the attraction of Friends of St. Brendan being a 501c3 was the way it was structured, that people were comfortable to donate to it because it was stipulated that should the church close or should they decide to close the church in spite of meeting our obligations, that we would just turn the money over in different ways to the school.
So the school was always intended to stay open even if the church had closed?
We were told that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's saved. It's still open.
Right. Right.
Do you see more people kind of renewed interest in being
Oh, yeah, because part of our the metrics that we had to follow was attendance.
Okay.
And the attendance has gone up.
What does a weekly attendance look like on average?
I believe it's averaged at 244.
It's pretty good.
It is. It is. But when you consider the size of the population, but it's that way everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, the kids have sports on weekends like they never had before.
Yeah.
In different obligations like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to take a step back. As someone who's not from here and is not a Catholic, I'm a little mystified by the importance of the Catholic Church in Dorchester historically.
Yeah.
Can you talk about growing up? I think people even would say, what parish are you from, right? Like it's kind of divided into parishes.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Talk about that. Like what role did the Catholic Church play?
Well, chances are you were Catholic, and chances are you went to the Catholic school,
Okay.
which then had a band, or it had altar service, it had a choir, it had sports teams. It
They
ran
had sports teams, the church?
Oh yeah, every parish had a softball team or baseball team or bowling leagues, and they had everything.
So it was your life.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and slowly those things got picked up by other groups,
Yeah.
citywide kind of groups or whatever like that, and bands kind of fell apart. We had St. Anne's had a huge color guard for a long time.
So you had, like, you were a St. Brennan, like, was it territorial? Like, did you say, I'm from St. Brennan, you're from St. Anne?
Just marginally.
Okay.
You know, just marginally. It's funny seeing that going forward, though. People will still say those funny little things. We'll just laugh about them now,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
when they say that. But, I mean, it was the center of your life,
Yeah.
you know.
And you would come to service every Sunday as well?
Every Sunday, every day in the month of May, every day during Lent, every first Friday. We were here in church a lot.
That's a lot of church.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Right.
every day in May? What's in May?
Blessed Mother. It's the month of May for the Blessed Mother.
Okay.
So
Fascinating.
it's got all its own songs, all its own stuff. So it's, yeah, it was great. And you had the May procession, and you'd have the most Mary-like girl in the 8th grade class would wear a wedding gown and come in and crown the Blessed Mother.
It sounds lovely.
Yeah.
A little odd.
No, I think you'd terrorize an 8th grader making her do something like that. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the schools, too. So there was the church component, and then the school was run by the church?
Yeah, most of the churches, I mean, the schools then were run by different religious orders.
Okay.
Sisters of St. Joseph were the St. Brendan's nuns. I think Notre Dame nuns were at St. Anne's.
Okay.
Different order. Yeah, but they were all teaching orders, as they call them.
And was it based on where you lived, or could you pick which parish school you went to?
No, you could only go, you go to your parish
You
school
go to your
only.
parish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The church was more territorial, I think, than the parishioners at that point, because I've seen in looking through the archives letters that people would write petitioning to be able to come and get married at the church that they weren't officially part of, but it was always more convenient for them because they were just one street outside of the parish, and they've been going there for years. So they had to formally ask to be able to
get an
make
exception.
the sacrament. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is attendance-wise? You said this is about 244, 245 a week. What was it back then? Do you have a sense of?
I can tell you that in 1929, 1,650
On an average week, not on like Christmas.
on a Sunday, just Sunday. No, there was no daily mass, no Saturday mass. No, yeah.
So it has faded quite a bit, but I think we've seen lately a bit of a resurgence of religion in general, Christianity in particular, Catholicism included, in the U.S. Is that also being represented here?
Yeah, we're clearly part of that trend. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, a lot of people believed that they were going to go to hell if they didn't go to church.
Back then.
Back then. Yeah.
Maybe still now.
Yeah, I mean, I think people have eased up, and it's more of they go to churches that they're attracted to.
Yeah.
And that's part of the physical look of the building, the charisma of the pastor, the activities that the church might have and sponsor that you are drawn to and want to be part of.
The congregation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What does St. Brennan's do to kind of give modern offerings of those types of things while adhering to, traditional Catholic doctrine?
Right. Well, that's something that Friends of St. Brendan's has taken upon themselves, because I think part of the decline here was represented by the fact that there was not a lot of energy in keeping groups together.
Okay.
Especially if what was on the horizon was a closing. You want to not have your congregation being really tight.
Yeah.
So we have expanded on our St. Vincent de Paul Society here. That's a charitable group.
I've heard of that.
How they
Yeah.
work.
Okay.
To make the St. Vincent de Paul Society here more effective, we did some fundraising and promotion of them that we did for our own purposes to stay open here.
Okay.
Part of it was a community partnership that we've done with the local businesses that helped support us in our Gathering for Good event in April.
Okay.
So what we did was we approached the Irish Pastoral Center, which is open 5 or more days a week,
Yeah.
to be a drop-off spot for food during the week, because
Okay.
the only time you could drop food off here was if you came to church and walked up the stairs with your bag of food and put it in the basket in the church. So
Yeah.
they weren't getting as much food from the community as they could. And Irish Pastoral Center was so glad to step up
I bet,
and do
yeah.
that. And then John Stenson, who owns the Erie Pub, he volunteered to be a sustaining supporter of it. So if the pantry got low, they'd be able to call on him.
And is that all year
for some
round?
support. His support?
The donations are accepted all year round?
All year round.
Okay. So at the Erie, the Irish Pastoral.
Well, the Erie doesn't accept donations. He has taken upon himself to financially help them when
Got
the
it,
pantry
okay.
is low. The Irish Pastoral Center. And another thing we did, which was a little innovative, is the Irish Pastoral Center will now accept online grocery deliveries. So if you're shopping...
That's great.
It is, because
Yeah.
there are people who...
So modern.
I know. Imagine if you're not going to the supermarket to buy your food, you might not be coming to church, or you might not
Right.
be inclined to even want to walk down to the Irish Pastoral Center with
Right.
your groceries.
Or
You
be
do it-
able to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or you just can't be able to. And so
Yeah.
if you're shopping online and you see something that's on sale and you say, hey, I'm going to buy a case of that and send it to the Irish Pastoral Center for the St. Vincent
So
de Paul.
they have details. Are there details on the Friends of St. Brennan site on how to do that?
On the friendsofstbrennan.org site,
Okay.
if you go to the menu, it's the Father Freitas Food Pantry.
Okay. I mean, we
It
are
gives you
going
all the
into
particulars.
winter. We're going into holiday season. This is the time
Yeah.
to start thinking about giving to your neighbors if you can. So.
Oh, yeah. And on another note on the
Yeah.
on the St. Vincent de Paul, as soon as the Irish Pastoral Center accepted that, there were members of theirs that live in the community that saw the opportunity, because I love how the Irish see the opportunity for a challenge or a competition. So these two wonderful little boys, Michal and Keon, put flyers in their neighbors' doors. Really brilliantly. They just said why they were doing it, who they were doing it for. We've got a tote on our front porch. You can drop things in. But if not, could you just leave a bag out on Saturday morning and we'll pick it up?
Okay.
So that pulled in 50 bags of groceries.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They put the challenge to 2 more of their friends. Another 40 bags of groceries came.
Wow.
They put their challenge out to they are just,
They're crushing it. Love
they're
that.
doing the best job.
Yeah.
And it was all on their own. It was just, it just
Oh, that's
filled everyone.
That's great. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you can come here and you can light a candle.
Yeah.
But when you see the candle light someplace else,
Yeah.
it just makes you realize that everything we're doing is been for the right reasons, and this is exactly who we have been all along. We just finally get to show it again.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's really the manifestation of what you believe in the community is the point, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What other things does this parish, this church do for the community? So you have some of those social things that you talked about that have kind of moved away from the church. Are those still? Are there's not sports leagues or anything anymore? But is there activity nights or anything like that?
There is a there's a softball game that they do, and there is still like minimal though.
Yeah.
You know, there is an event called the Friendship Social that Friends of St. Brendan's has taken like under its umbrella.
Okay.
And it was a local gentleman, Dennis Walsh. He's been doing it for more than 10 years down at Florian Hall, and he has a party that they call for people of all abilities. So he realized there were a lot of people that were living in group homes and senior housing that never get invited to a party.
Yeah.
So he has a party for them.
That's really nice.
It's a spectacular day. It's a $15 donation when you go in.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, if you want to have your spirits lifted, when the music is playing there and people are dancing, they're so happy to see each other and be out. It's just he does it twice a year.
Okay.
You know, it's such a great thing.
Is that something people can donate to as well?
You can go on the site and
Okay.
and make a donation there too.
Okay.
Yeah, to Dennis, to Friendship Social. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How is St. Brendan's connected with the rest of the Catholic churches in Dorchester? Is it just you and St. Anne that have a relationship, or?
Yeah, one time there was a collaborative. You know, they tried to do it different ways.
Okay.
And so after the collaborative, there was the merger. And
Okay.
It was just us and St. Anne.
Okay. And I know there's, is it St. Greg's and St. Mark's?
Mhm.
Are those churches still they're still open, right? They're still functioning? Okay.
Yeah, and they're doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah, and St. Ambrose is doing terrifically.
What's the one in Lower Mills?
That's St. Gregory's.
That's St. Gregory's, okay.
Yeah.
We talked a little about the resurgence of Catholicism. I think part of that is we have an American Pope.
Yeah.
How has that affected St. Brennan's in particular and Catholics in Dorchester?
You know, I honestly can't put my finger on what may have changed or not with that, because we haven't heard much. I do know I saw St. Gregory's bulletin, and they had a really nice quote from him about that. Well, there was from a previous writing, but just love that he's into the social justice arena.
Making statements and getting the Catholic leaders to make statements about American immigration policy in particular is really powerful.
Yeah, because I think social justice, that brings you closer to what love really is than anything else. And you can learn, you can put judgmentalism aside so easily if you follow that type of gospel.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a great thing. And I had a grandson, Leo, born this summer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 3 days after the conclave.
No way.
Yeah. So,
did you guys release White Smoke when he was?
Yeah, when he was born 6 weeks early. Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But he was Leo before he was Leo all along. He was going to be Leo.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a great little guy.
And he's doing
fine.
okay?
Perfect.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the Friends of St. Brendan. Anything else that you want folks to know about the organization or ways people can support?
Oh, sure. Well, we'd mentioned the website online, and we have the wall here where supporters and can put their names on the wall around the altar. And we also have the brass plaques under the stained glass windows if you want to write something more than just their name.
Okay.
Some people want to remember their grandparents or their parents, and some people just put their names up themselves.
Okay.
So
when did this fundraising start, though, the putting the names on the walls?
I was keen on painting these walls in a faux marble.
Okay.
And I was tossing around the idea of sponsorship to do it. And at the same time, we were faced with, how are we going to come up with $100,000 in the next 6 months?
Which is part of the requirement from the,
Yeah. And then when I heard that the Friends of St. Brendan's 501c3 was formed, I knew that people would comfortably give then. And then the right people got behind it that knew how to set up the thing online and promote it and print up beautiful pamphlet type things.
Yep.
And away it went. And we were secure. Yeah. So you can continue to give and put the names up. The wall tells a fabulous story now. If you're a parishioner and you walk through and you see them, and we put a small cross before your name if you're deceased. Okay. So a married couple can go up on the wall even if one of them's deceased, so they can be together. On the wall like that. I got a little inspiration from Maya Lin, who did the Vietnam Veterans.
Oh yeah,
wall.
Right. Yep.
I read her book, and
that's a beautiful wall. I've actually been there, and so moving. Yeah.
Well, people that come up here on the to see the names on the wall, you can tell by the way they stop and stand still for a minute that it's moving to them. You know, it's been a really nice thing.
Do you feel a little bit like Michelangelo when you paint the church?
I wonder, was he thinking the same things I'm thinking? Yeah. But I think that our community partnership, I think, is our way forward, because we've brought the church to the people instead of standing here waiting for the people to come back. Yeah. And it's working that way. Just seeing those two little boys do that wasn't brought on by their teachers or by anybody. And I'm telling you, the Irish Pastoral Center is burning a candle. They're a bright light there.
Absolutely.
But when they took the St. Vincent de Paul Society on, they just added one, and there's a candle at the Erie pub now too. So
more candles.
I think it's our way forward.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's the role the church should be playing is influencing people in the community to do not just say the right thing. So
yes,
absolutely. Last question: what's your favorite restaurant in Dorchester?
Can we just say my favorite restaurant in Adams Corner?
Yes.
It's like picking out your favorite puppy from a litter. But the first one that comes to mind, I have to be honest, the first one that comes to mind is Blasi's.
Yes.
I could, if life wouldn't be worth living without eggplant rollatini or honey hots. So there you go.
The honey hots are, I'm with you.
Yeah, right. Sometimes I want them, but I'm like, but I want to eat the whole eggplant rollatini. I don't want to, so I love it there. I love it there, and because I feel really welcome there. Maria is a sweetheart and great wait staff, and it's nice.
It's a very comfortable area with great TVs and great seating, and you never feel crowded in there, which is even when there's a lot of people in there, there's a lot of space. So great. Well, John, thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks.
Have a nice holiday.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Dot Life is sponsored in part by the Dorchester Reporter, Dorchester's own community newspaper and online home for all things Dorchester at dotnews.com. The Reporter, owned and operated by the Forey family, has been laser focused on Dorchester and the surrounding neighborhoods of Boston since 1983. That longevity and experience shows in its award-winning coverage every week. The Reporter is our go-to source for authentic stories about the people, places, and events that matter most to our daily lives. We are proud to partner with The Reporter and Dot News. And you can support the important journalism provided by The Reporter. Just go to dotnews.com to subscribe today. It's the best deal in town and helps keep our local community journalism alive and well. Dot Life is supported by The Record Company, Boston's leading provider of accessible music creation spaces. The Record Company is addressing the critical shortage of affordable creative space in our city, serving over 4,000 monthly users across 131 communities. They've preserved 47,000 square feet of professional studio and rehearsal space at rates 60 to 90% below market value, ensuring Boston's musicians have a place to create, regardless of economic means. But they're more than just affordable space. They're building career pathways through partnerships with Bunker Hill Community College, offering professional certification programs that lead to sustainable music careers. This vital work is at risk. As creative spaces continue to disappear across Boston, the Record Company needs community support to maintain these essential resources. Their Amplify Boston campaign directly funds space preservation and career development programs. Visit therecordcompany.org today. That's therecordco.org to donate, become a monthly supporter, or learn about partnership opportunities. Every contribution helps keep Boston's music ecosystem thriving. The Record Company, creating accessible pathways to music creation since 2010. Welcome back to Dot Life. This week's Tiny Dot concert, we are joined by Abiah Floyd, friend of the podcast. She's actually been on before.
I have.
Welcome back in your
Thank you.
solo capacity.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you again.
It's good to be here. It's nice to be in the studio.
Yeah. So what I'm referring to, of course, is when we did the Tiny Dot earlier this season for Jiggin' at the Jug.
That's correct.
You were one of the stars of that show.
I was. I was the leading lady
Pearl?
of that show.
Was that
Pearl.
you?
That's right. That's
I remember
correct.
Pearl had some sass to her.
Pearl did her thing. She did her thing. She did not suffer fools. I wouldn't say she was the smartest woman, but yeah.
But you were not here representing Pearl today. You were
No,
here as Abiah.
I am.
And you also perform under another name sometimes.
I do. I kind of put Asian Niece to bed in a lot of ways. I mean, that's my social media handle. That's been my stage name for a long time. But kind of
new phase.
Away for that. Yeah. Okay. And I did a lot of R&B under that name. Did a few things, and I was like, I think I like my name. I do.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come in strong with that. So yeah,
You don't need a
just
name.
Abiah.
I love that.
Simple.
Yeah. Awesome. So you used to do a lot of R&B. You still do little.
Yes. So mostly background vocals. I've
Okay.
been really fortunate to be featured on some good friends' projects, and then some other collaborative work. But definitely feel a pull to go back to my roots, the soul music, more inspirational music. And kind of stepping away. As much as I love songs, I know I did a bunch of, I'm going to do a couple love songs, but really exploring the importance of the different forms of love, love of a parent to a child, love of friends, romantic love. And then, of course, for me as a believer, love of God.
Yeah.
That unconditional love is really what it is.
You, even when you do, kind of love songs in the traditional sense, there's still kind of like classic throwback love songs like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
I think you're also going to do today some Alicia Keys, which is not quite as far back, but still not like today's music.
Yeah, very piano heavy.
Yeah.
A lot of piano heavy in there. I actually grew up learning to play the piano. I didn't really see it through. I just leaned more into the voice, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, just there are so many love songs in the world, and I'll never get tired of covering love songs. I mean, I'm in a wedding band as a professional vocalist, and we do that's the main theme, right?
Yeah,
it's like love and commemorating union, which is great, between two people, which is super nice. It is, but I know for me personally, as far as what I could create, definitely leaning more into soul, more into inspirational, and even gospel. Yeah.
Some of the songs you performed covers on, I haven't actually heard of these artists. Can you talk about what you're going to sing today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to do Stevie Wonder, as you mentioned, the little Alicia Keys, one of them being Yolanda Adams.
Okay.
If you've done any exploration in gospel, I find it really hard for you not to come across
Okay.
Yolanda. So I mean, she's definitely a titan in her own right there. And then
The limit of my gospel knowledge is like my grandma playing George Beverly Shea in the kitchen. So like that's all I got.
No, listen, I mean, so up until, I don't know if you know Jimmy Swaggart, but up until the day my grandmother went to meet him, she was listening to Jimmy Swaggart. So I mean, and I love all forms of gospel. I mean, like now there's like house kind of gospel that a friend of mine just put me onto, but like country, very bluegrass, that has a place too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's I don't want it, for lack of a better word, maybe like simplicity, that sometimes I think we miss. Don't get me wrong, I love a good synth, I love great drums, but there's something about strings that I love.
Stripping that all away and just,
I love, one of my goals one day is to do an entire show of just different guitars. Just strings.
That would be interesting.
I love strings so much.
Can you do it here on Life Pod? Please?
Can I would listen. If you have me back, I would love to do it on Life Pod.
Awesome.
I would absolutely love that.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah. So and Yolanda, and then what was the fourth song
gonna be? Was Erykah Badu. She was actually just here, and I'm so pissed because I didn't even know.
What?
She was here just the other day doing a show here. I love Erykah. I mean, so when you talk about soul and when you talk about inspiration, I love her storytelling, because like with Bag Lady, for instance, she's able to just meet the person where they are and then pull them through, give them that little bit of inspiration. Like you don't have to stay there. You can move through whatever it is that
like
you're going
I feel
through.
You, but
yeah. There's like, if you get to the other side of this thing, and that's definitely something I want my own creations as I start to really step away from, being a background vocalist, being a professional vocalist, and just stepping into like, what does it mean, to be an artist and really collaborate and do my own thing. It's like, I want to storytell, but I want to give people that reason to like come onto the other side of it, like look at the other side of things. And sometimes it's bad and looking at the good, sometimes it's good, and looking at or what we think is good and seeing like maybe that's not quite it. Right? So
you talk about being in a wedding band and doing backup vocals, but are you doing your own solo work now?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of recording, some people call it cataloging, if you will. I had actually put a whole project together and I was like, you know what? I feel good about this. And then there was something which, I mean, a lot of artists would be like, oh my God, no, put it out, put it all out. And they're not wrong, because many of them are my peers. Many of those people are people I look up to who did the same thing and just kind of kept going. But there was something that was just like, I like this music. It's good, but there's something that's like missing about me in it, and like who I am as a person. It didn't feel right. And for me, it's beyond like it sounding perfect. I want to be able to look back and say like that's truly embodied who I was in that moment, and I don't apologize for it. And there was a part of me that was just like, I don't know that I can necessarily do that, and so that was enough for me.
So
to
you
be
held
like,
it,
No, I mean, some great stuff. I'm so appreciative, and that's not a knock to anybody who was involved in it. I was involved with a lot of wonderful collaborators. They were great. They brought their best, so that's not a knock to anyone else. It was definitely very much a me thing. Yeah. It was definitely Abiah and her stuff.
So you've got to feel it. It's got to be right for you. Yeah. I think I was introduced to you by Hakeem. Yes.
Another shout out to Hakeem.
Yeah.
Love him.
Do you collaborate with him?
You're trying to get me to spill the stuff. So I have done some vocal work with him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, with another artist, friend of ours.
Okay.
Leroy Street. Actually, we were on Leroy Street. Phenomenal lyricist. we both did some work on his project.
Okay.
His last project together. And that was phenomenal. I don't think that he and I have done anything.
Just the two of
Just
you.
the two of us.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that could be on Tiny Dot.
Maybe. I think that might have to go on, some stuff that I'm working on. But that aside, we have been able to work opposite each other creatively, with Jigging at the Jug. Yep. And some other things, just out in the community and definitely supporting one another. I mean, he's great. Yeah. He's great. He's a wonderful lifeline. I would say that.
And a beautiful voice as you have as well.
Hakeem does his own. Hakeem has his own voice. He has his own stage presence. It's really nice to really watch him step into what it is that he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no doubt in his mind about what he's here to do, and that comes through.
Yeah, for sure. Are you from Dorchester?
So I was born in Dorchester. I currently live in Roxbury. Don't beat me up.
Okay.
Because I know I'm on the Dot Life.
We love Roxbury.
Podcast. But born in Dorchester, lived right behind, like 2-3 blocks from Ashmont Station years ago.
Nice.
Used to go to the library on the Ponsent.
Okay.
So,
You know the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
And have you stayed in Boston this whole time?
For pretty much. So,
okay.
Probably around high school, I did move north of the city, like closer to the Lawrence area.
Okay.
And moved to Rhode Island for school. Spent some time in Michigan as well, but the bulk of my life I have spent in Boston.
Nice.
Like in the greater Boston area.
So if folks wanted to see you perform or hear some of your music, are you online? Are you?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the best way to keep in touch with whatever I'm doing, because it's always is here, there, everywhere, right? So Instagram is the best way to follow me, to even reach out. Please, I answer everyone. I respond to everyone. I'm never too good, right? It's MS, so Miss A Janice, so that's JANIECE.
Okay.
And then what do I have coming up? I'm actually going to be featured as a part of a Christmas concert coming up. It's actually going to be at Methuen Memorial Music Hall. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. If you look up events at Methuen Memorial Music Hall,
that is a mouthful. Methuen by itself is a mouthful.
Methuen Memorial Music Hall, right? Like MMMH, right? In Methuen, Massachusetts, I'll be featured with a couple different choirs that are performing for their annual Christmas concert. This is their 12th annual. I'm really, really excited about it. I haven't always been able to do it, so glad that I was able to do it. And it is sponsored. It's put on by Third Baptist Church of Lawrence, Massachusetts. So I'm excited about that.
Amazing. I bet your Christmas music is next level. I want to hear you do Oh Holy Night or something.
That is, it's so funny that you say that, because you can actually find me doing a recording of Oh Holy Night on Apple Music. I mean, that's one of my favorite Christmas songs. But if you look up Oh Holy Night and Abiah Floyd, there I am.
It's a great Christmas song, but you have to have the pipes for it if you're going to sing it. And you do. So
well, I appreciate that. I sing opposite Andre Chapman, another wonderful vocalist, bred out of Boston. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's at the Christmas concert. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. Can't say too much.
Get your tickets.
But yeah, get your tickets. It's gonna be incredible. It's great for all ages. You get a little bit of everything: gospel, opera. It's a phenomenal concert.
I can't believe we're talking about Christmas. That's crazy.
I know. It's like I'm gonna blink and it'll be Christmas Eve. I know. I'm not ready. I'm not. That means snow, and I'm not a big fan.
It's already cold enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, can we hear you play?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks,
Abiah.
Hi, my name is Abiah. I also go by A Janice. I am a background vocalist and vocalist at large here in the city of Boston. And I'm so excited to be here at Dot Life today. So I normally am most comfortable with covers. So I'm going to start off with something that you all know, and I hope you enjoy. Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within, and I've been there before, but that life's a bore, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Yeah, everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah, some people search for the fortune that promises forever young. You know, some people need 3 dozen roses, yes, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be with no one to share and no one who truly cares for me? Some people want it all, I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Yeah, everything means nothing if I ain't got you, you. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if it ain't you, babe. If I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah, yeah. If I ain't got you with me, baby. Whoa, nothing in this whole wide world don't mean a thing if I ain't got you with me, baby. Yeah. So, I mean, most of you are familiar with that. That's If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys. A huge musical inspiration for me. I really like to sing about love songs. I like to sing about how important it is when we need each other. And one thing I love about that particular song is, you know, it can be applied in so many different love areas in life. You know, eros, agape, so many different places. So that was that last song. This next song is a Stevie Wonder classic, so I hope you enjoy. Oh, so long for this night I pray that a star would guide you my way to share with me this special day. Where our ribbons in the sky for our love. If allowed, may I touch your hand, and if please, may I once again, so that you too will understand. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love. Do-do-do. This is not a coincidence, and far more than a lucky chance. But what is and was always meant is a ribbon in the sky for our love. Love we can't lose. With God on our side, we'll find strength in each tear we cry. From now on, it will be you and I, and this ribbon in the sky, ribbon in the sky, oh, ribbon in the sky for our love. Do 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 do. That was the Stevie Wonder classic, Ribbon in the Sky. Another big inspiration for me musically, and one song that I get to sing every so often for commemorative occasions, but not as much as I might like. At any rate, it wouldn't be right as a PK if I didn't give you at least one true gospel tune. And so this is from the Titan in gospel, Yolanda Adams herself. Talk to me. Talk to me. Alone in a room, it's just me and you. I'm so lost that I don't know what to do. Now what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my mind seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Oh yeah, ask you for your guidance, especially today when my mind seems just a little bit cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Oh yes, I do. Show me how to do things your way. Don't let me make the same mistakes over and over again. Your will be done, and I'll be the one to make sure that it's carried out. I don't want any doubt. That's why I know I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my mind seems so cloudy. Lord, you guide me till I'm sure I open up my heart. Oh yes, I do. Getting a word from you. Ooh, I open up my heart, my heart. Oh, one word can make the difference in what I do. Guide me until I'm sure. Ooh, I open up my heart, my heart. Oh, all I need to do is hear a single word from you. One word. I open up my heart, my heart. Oh, guide me until I'm sure I open up my Of course, I had to leave you with a little bit of gospel. Now, this song is technically R&B, but I feel like it definitely applies because when you have too much baggage in your life, it's going to slow you down. And I've definitely been in situations and spaces and places where the baggage was keeping me a little too preoccupied. So this is just a reminder to let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. With a little Erykah Badu. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. One day all them bags gon' come your way. One day all them bags gon' get in your way. I say one day all them bags gon' get in your way. One day all them bags gon' get in your way. So pack light, pack light, pack light, pack light. Ooh, ooh, bag a lady. miss your bus. You can't hurry up, 'cause you got too much stuff. When they see you coming, fellas take up running from you. It's true, oh yes they do. One day he gon' say you crowded my space. One day he gon' say you crowded my space. Honey, one day he gon' say you crowded my space. One day he gon' say you crowded my space. So pack light, pack light, oh, 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 oh. Pack light, pack light. Ooh, ooh, girl, I know it can get hard and you can't let go. Oh, so deep inside, you can't deny it. You can't stop crying. So if you believe it, then you can be it. Oh. And you'll feel oh so much better, better, baby. Yeah. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh. Hey. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. I bet your love can make it better. I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, I bet your love can make it better. Ooh, ooh, I bet his love can make it better. Hey, I bet his love can make it better, yeah. I bet his love can make it better.
Thank you for listening to Dot Life, which is available on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Dot Life is produced and edited by me, Erin Caldwell. Technical and editing support are provided by Yasser Mahmoud. Additional support is provided by the Dorchester Reporter and the Record Company. Thanks to John Parsons and Abiah Floyd for joining this week's show. Thank you for listening. And we'd love it if you could share, subscribe, rate, and review the pod wherever you listen. If you're interested in supporting the podcast, visit .lifepod.com for more information. Have a happy Thanksgiving.